Thank you so much, Heather, and thank you everybody for being here early on a Wednesday morning to discuss an incredibly important topic, not just for our community, but I got to tell you, my colleagues in Congress, on a bipartisan basis, all agree that affordable housing, or just housing affordability generally, is an imperative issue that we have to tackle. I'm going to just address the elephant in the room, which is the government shutdown. We're in day 22, and I was just telling my friend Tim that I really just want to do my job. I really just want to be able to bring people together, be able to negotiate a bipartisan budget that is in the best interest of the American people and reopen this government. That's what I am focused on. That's why I'm still going to Washington every day, despite only a few other members in Washington. We're scattered across the country right now. And frankly, that's just not a way for us to come together and do our work on behalf of the American people. But that's what I'll be focused on, and so I appreciate being able to go on early so I can go back to DC. I want to just thank all the partners in the room, and I say partners because as elected officials, and I see my friends and colleagues on the county council, Julie Hummer and Allison Pickard, I see city council, Karma O'Neill is here, I see somebody who will be the mayor of Annapolis is also here, if I can say that. Jared Littman is here. I say partners in this work because whether I was in the state Senate for 6 years as an appropriator and now that I'm in Congress, we can't meet the moment that is required of all of us to tackle this housing crisis at the federal, state, local, or municipal level alone. We all have to pull together and work together to achieve that goal. And so thank you to the partners outside of elected officials who make that happen, who bring us opportunities, bring us ideas to meet this moment. We have an affordability crisis in this country broadly. Over half of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. It's a true challenge for so many of our neighbors. And that is true in childcare affordability. It's true when you go to the grocery store, when you open up your BG&E bill. It's true in pharmaceuticals and healthcare, as we're going to see skyrocketing premium costs on January 1st if Congress can't get it together and do its job. But we're seeing it, and we've seen it coming for quite a while in housing affordability. And you all have been ringing bells and trying to tell policymakers for a long time that this is on its way. And so I appreciate your consistency in that message, and I appreciate the drumbeat that you are building for us to tackle this together. Back when I was in the state Senate, I was able to work with so many folks in this room to increase funding for affordable housing production, to bring together city and county and state folks to find a stopgap solution for funding for our affordable housing in the city of Annapolis. And so I'm just challenging you all to continue to work in a partnership basis. Again, no one in this room is going to solve this crisis on our own. We all have to work together to do that. So first, thank you for that focus of teamwork. My old mentor, Speaker Mike Bush, would always call politics a team sport. And it's not just the elected officials in the General Assembly or the county council or city council. It includes everybody in this room who is also passionate and focused on delivering for our neighbors. I do want to give you some highlights from Washington. You all read the news, so you know the lowlights. I don't need to talk about those much. But my colleague Julie Johnson from Texas, who's probably my best friend in Congress, has the Access to Home Ownership Act, which will allow on-time rental payments to be reported to credit bureaus, which will help boost credit scores and open new doors for homeowners and renters. Very simple idea, but could be really meaningful. So I've joined Julie as a co-sponsor on that bill. And fun side note, Julie and I did an Instagram Live 2 weeks ago, and we had so much fun, and people really responded well to it that there's no children in the room, so I'm going to curse if that's okay, Heather. We decided that we're going to start a new Instagram Live series called Shit's Too Expensive and talk about the bills that we are bringing to the table that will actually help tackle this affordability crisis. So please look forward to that fun Instagram Live series that we're going to do. And then my friend and colleague from Maryland, Johnny Oshevsky, has the Find Housing Loss Act to better understand evictions, foreclosures, and displacement and figure out those gaps and opportunities. So I'm just letting you know that the best ideas, frankly, don't come from legislators. The best ideas come from the community and come from the people who are working on these issues. Again, I see so many friends, Pam and elsewhere, who've been tackling these issues for so long. Please continue to bring us ideas, bring us solutions, bring us opportunities. I'm only as good as I hear from all of you. So please feel free to chat. I do have to run, but please feel free to chat with us when you can, to stop me at the grocery store, to reach out to our office. I'm going to ask Eva Lewis to raise her hand. Eva's my district director. She's going to stay, I think, for a little bit. So grab her card. If you have meaningful solutions to the policy problems, you can bring me problems, but frankly, we know them all, and it's quite a depressing time in the country already. So please bring me solutions on how we can actually solve these problems together. And again, ideas on how we can really make sure we are tackling this at the local, state, and federal level together. So I wish you a really great symposium. Thank you for participating. Thank you for leaning in. I've been thinking a lot about the foundations of our nation lately, for good reason. And I think a foundational idea is self-governance, of people participating and leaning in and determining your own government, but your own communities. And it's symposiums like this, bringing everybody together, discussing the hard problems of our communities, bringing solutions, and working together, that's really going to be the only solution moving forward as it comes to making sure our neighbors have safe, affordable housing, not just here in Annapolis and Anne Arundel, but across Maryland. So thank you very much for inviting me, and have a terrific summit.